Hey everyone, Genome here, coming at you with a very delayed Marvel Strike Force video. Sorry it's been so long. It's been very, very busy at the old Genome household, and it's sometimes hard to find time to shoot my own videos. But there's been another problem too, but we'll get into that in here just a bit. So I'm getting close to my 1,200 day big milestone for MSF, right? Yes, I've been playing this game for far too long, especially as far behind as I am. That's more on that, I guess, another time. And I'm so looking forward to my massive reward of 25 power cores and 3, count them, 3 basic red orbs.
That's gross!
It sure is, Billy. It sure is.
Or red star orbs, should I say. So, yeah, big stuff coming along the pipes. Oh, I got some more Hulk shards to look forward to, apparently. Wow, I got some more to flex here, too. Wow, lots of cool stuff right around the corner here. But, oh, more Hulk, too. But, yeah, so I guess it's time for kind of an impromptu video regarding one of the reasons I have been kind of away. I want to talk about 2 different subjects in this video about Marvel Strike Force. One is more like something that's very dangerous to do in this game. And the second is something that's very insidious in this game. Let's start off with the former first. What could possibly be dangerous about this game? Well, nothing in the physical sense, unless you're just playing so much it's actually stunting your your physical growth and all. But the dangerous thing to do in this game is to take any amount of time away from it, because you will quickly realize that maybe there's other things to do with your time. I have cut my screen time down to, I don't know, probably less than an hour a day, maybe even more, depending on what's going on. And this is down a bit, and I was already pretty cash before, as it were, and I always finished all my daily stuff and tried to go above and beyond, especially in raids and arena and all that. But as of late, I'm doing like 2 arena attacks a day, 2 blitz attacks a day. If you want some indicativeness, if you want some indication of where I'm actually at, not caring anymore, I'm at like milestone 9. I refuse to do constant blitz rotations. I do maybe one. I only have to do one a day. And guess what? I just don't care. But the dangerous thing I was speaking of is the other, I don't know, a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, I didn't play the game. Now, I have long since given up my baby account. I just haven't touched it in like a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. It got to be too much, having 2 accounts plus all the other stuff that I do in the real world. But I took a day off on my main account, and that's something I haven't done in many a year. I think one time when I was traveling out west, we were out in the desert area camping or whatever, and I couldn't get any signal or whatever, and I think I missed a day there. But I think it's maybe 2 days I've missed total in my entire almost 1,200 days of playing this game. Missing, or not missing so much, but actually not playing for 24 hours, not worrying, not thinking about the game whatsoever, really puts it in perspective. I'm telling you. I'm not trying to sway people from playing this game. I don't depend on video revenue, of course. I'm fine with money or whatever. I don't need, this is all just fun for me, and I try to get some information out there for people. But, man, this game can suck you like a vampire, and it's not healthy sometimes, the amount of screen time they want you in this game. If you take a little time off of it, you will quickly realize that nothing you do in the game is really all that important. There's a lot more important things in life than worrying about this game, especially when they train you like one of Pavlov's dogs to log in every 2 hours for your blitzing or your raiding, your war attacks. They keep you on such a leash as far as coming back to the game. And the FOMO, this entire game is FOMO. It's not just about characters. A lot of people have the false assumption that only thing it's FOMO is, people missing out on new characters. It's not like that at all. Everything about this game is designed to make you worry about it and to keep you checking in on it. And it's just not healthy. Now, hypocrisy, thy name is Genome, whatever, why are you still playing the game? I still log in, when I have some free time, but I don't sweat it. And, I usually do my daily stuff, and a couple times since then, I haven't finished my daily stuff completely either. But it's, I don't know, man. I'm just about to finish, get my full Doom here. I'll have that in a couple more days. And I'm a little bit concerned about what I'm going to do with the game, because I tell you what, our Alliance leader stepped down recently. Hasn't really changed anything yet, but I don't see much chatter anymore from the Alliance. And we're fairly casual, but still, it seems like a lot of the joy might be wearing off of this game with Little to Get. And it's been kind of chore-like for the last couple of years for me anyway, just something you do. But, yeah, if you want to try it, and I actually heartily recommend that you do, put the game down for at least a day. Don't touch it. Don't look at it. You're going to miss out on some stuff. Well, it's always going to be there. You know what I mean? I mean, the game is going to be there, and you're always going to miss on something. So taking a day away for, say, a mental break day from this game can really lead to some perspective. I mean, now that's all kind of ephemeral. It probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And once again, you're probably like, what's this idiot talking about in a video about Marvel Strike Force, not to play the game? I'm telling you, real life comes first. And whatever it is you do out there for a hobby or fun or relationships with your family, friends, whoever, just try it for a day without looking at your phone every couple hours and worrying about the game. The game will be there. If you miss some big characters, so be it. I don't know. This is more geared toward the free-to-play player who are definitely incentivized even more to not miss out on all that free stuff we get by dutifully logging in every day and doing, or spending massive amounts of screen time to make up the fact that we're not spending to get ahead in this game, right? So, yeah, I just can't stress it enough. Be very careful, because if you think you are really hooked on this game and you take some time away from it, you realize that, that addiction can be broken really quickly. But anyway, that kind of leads into my second point when I said something earlier about one of the most insidious things, and in my opinion, the most insidious thing about Marvel Strike Force. Once again, not going to be a negative Nancy just talking bad about the game I've been playing for almost 1,200 straight days, give or take a few days. But, if you, with a cynical eye, you can see what this game really is, right? So, what's insidious about this game? Alliances. Alliances are, I think, without a doubt, the most insidious thing they put into this game, because so much of our patterned behavior and habits that we engage in with Marvel Strike Force has to do with the Alliance. Now, I mentioned my Alliance a little bit earlier has definitely toned the chatter down, right? We're not talking too much anymore. It's just you're going through the motions every day. I'm in a pretty casual Alliance, but most people are probably in less of a casual Alliance than I am, right? And so they have to worry not only about their own stuff, but the performance that they do directly affecting their Alliance. I think the entire reason alliances were created in this game was to create this feeling of guilt. So you are much less likely to take that day off I spoke about earlier, to take a well-needed break from this game and the what's the word I'm looking for? The rigorous monotony they can turn into, because you're worried about letting your Alliance down. I'd say in the vast, 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 vast majority of times, these are people you have never met, never will meet, and never have a conversation, with outside of this game in some fashion, be it through in-game mail or tech or like Alliance chat or Discord, something like that. But yet we worry about letting these people down so much, right? Now, if you have joined up a super hardcore, very serious Alliance, yeah, you know what you're getting into. But I think a lot of people even stay in playing this game in a somewhat abusive relationship, right? Even when they don't want to anymore, because they're afraid of letting their Alliance mates down. And boy, I've come to realize this is a huge, huge issue with the game. And they tie everything about progression through the Alliance. 24 people, right? Just random strangers, you get thrown together, and you can somewhat, pick and choose where you go, right? You can find the environment you want, which is even almost worse, because you find a bunch of people you get along with well and have the same goals as you, and can't take a day off, can't let the team down, right? But there's so much in this game that could be done without Alliance, because what do you really do together, right? You raid. Raids could be, I know in WoW, you have looking for raid, LFG, whatever, or looking for raid, or that was looking for dungeon, LFD, excuse me. It used to be you had to meet up with 5 people, go meet at a stone, then go into the instance or whatever, but you could get it done. And now they made it super easy by just you put yourself into a queue, and when those certain classes come in, you can go do the dungeon. They have it for raids as well. I haven't played in a few expansions, but I mean, I'm assuming it's still there. They did something similar in Final Fantasy XI too. But the whole point of this is you don't technically interact with your alliance when you're raiding. You are just in the alliance who happens to be in the raid. You're not even really sharing the lane unless it splits off, of course. But I mean, it's like you're not usually overriding each other's nodes, and this may be a lot different in the higher Doom nodes or whatever. But I'm talking more, for the mid-game player, maybe late game player, you know what I mean? But you're not technically usually like having much interaction whatsoever with the other nodes of your character. So this call could have been very easily done through an automated means, right? But they didn't do it. They made it so you get into a group of people you stay with a while. In my case, I've been with this alliance probably 2.5 years. It's been a long time, right? I like them. They're casual. They don't pester you too much about raid keys. That's the other thing too. They tie raids and to basically interactive performance of each member every day. So you can earn those raid keys, but if you miss a few, you might not be able to raid what you want every day. Absolutely horrendous but purposeful programming, right? So these are just some things that I can see definitely they try to shape your behaviors with, and this all comes down, and then eventually FOMO really kicks in. And for those who are on the fence maybe about spending, well, you know what, maybe I let the alliance down for a couple days, I take a couple days off, I got sick or whatever, or I missed out on a new character, or missed out on some red stars, whatever the case may be, those people might be tempted to spend when they wouldn't have spent before, and vice versa. But everything, and I mean everything in this game, is tooled to basically, controlling is it's a harsh term, but basically patterning your behavior how they want it. They want you checking it every day. They want you to feel FOMO like no other game will make you feel, right? And this is not the only game that does this, by the way. Like this has been prevalent in video games ever since the microtransactions started, and it's been it's made the gaming place or the gaming industry a very, very disgusting place sometimes. But that's cause for another video. But we're talking about Marvel Strike Force here. But yeah, the Alliance, it's the most insidious thing that this game has to offer you. And let me know in the comments below if you think I'm way off base here. But I mean, that's just been my revelation. That's just been my extrapolation of the game, how it stands for me now. Because you know what? If I wasn't in this alliance with people I got along with and have been encouraging to me for the last couple of years and helped me progress a little bit, in some small way, right? Would I still be playing? I don't know. As is, I don't know if I'm going to keep playing. Probably, but I'm going to go even more casual, if that's even possible, 2 arena attacks a day, 2 blitz attacks a day, 2 RTA. I do actually like RTA. I'm like the only person in the world that likes RTA when it's better than it is now. When they don't have a new character they have to get you to try to buy by letting them run rampant in RTA, it can be kind of fun. I think, anyway. Most people hate it, but and I hate war, so I'm like totally polar opposite from most people. But yeah, war, that's another facet too, because they want you to build teams for war. So your alliance depends on you building up either strong defenses or offenses or mixing and matching, thus depleting all your hard-earned resources on most teams you don't use but any other mode, so you can progress in war, for an extra 500 war currency, on a win. You feel guilty about it. You got to check in a couple times a day to do war attacks. Everyone knows this game is a very big time sink, but it's a very, very carefully crafted one, and I just want people to be cognizant of it. If you feel like if missing something in this game stresses you out, you really need to take a look at where you are in regards to how much of your life you're putting into this game, because nothing in this game, whether you miss it or not, should be affecting you in the real life, and it shouldn't be hurting your personal relationships on the outside. It shouldn't be hurting your professional development in other areas, and it shouldn't let you keep you from doing a hobby, from going outside, whatever the case may be, missing family commitments, or during family commitments sitting there on your phone the whole time because you gotta get into your blitz rotation. I beg of you, don't let it get that bad. And luckily for me, it never really was that big an issue, but it was basically almost non-existent for me not to get, say, for example, 600 raid keys a day. It just didn't happen. I got them in every day, and I did. I was almost always, toward the top of the World Warrior. I did my part, right? But man, the more I sit there and think about it, the less I like how this game tries to steer your behaviors. And anyway, this is not going to be like changing the world or anything. And I'm sure a lot of people think I'm just full of it here, and it could very well be. But I just want people to be aware of it. Don't let a video game shape your life and shape your behaviors. Just fight the power, as they used to say in the 90s, right? So I don't know where that diatribe came from, but I've been wanting to make a video about it for a while. It's been really concerning to me. And for those, and I made a video a while ago too about sunk cost fallacy and how this game has zero value once those servers are down. So be very careful about spending money in this game, especially for like the Dolphins. And those are the worst, and the light spenders, because Kraken's going to Kraken. No matter what game they're playing, they're just going to blow hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Most whales probably too. Whether they enjoy the game or not, it's kind of about flexing your EP or whatever like that. But for those of you who are thinking about spending, once you fall into that trap of, well, I've spent $50 a month now for the last year, and I hate to just stop playing the game and losing my progress, whatever. Careful of falling into that trap. At the end of the day, Marvel Strike Force is just a game. It's a game a lot of people make a lot of money on, being content creators, so they never say too much like this, But in the grand scheme, it is not important in the slightest, and so just don't let it dictate your life. Don't let it run you ragged, and surely don't let it stress you out. So anyway, my rambling notwithstanding there, I appreciate you tuning in for this video, and I'll try to have some more out, like my How to Fix series, which people seem to like. Definitely get some more of that out of it. But I've been playing more Hearthstone lately than anything, what little time I have for gaming. But yeah, I appreciate you watching, and let me know what you think in the comments below, if I'm totally full of it, or if maybe I brought up a point you hadn't really considered before, or if you feel this game is stressing you out, just let me know below, and maybe we can chat it out. But anyway, hope everyone's doing all right. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, and God bless everyone.